My colleague Namrata, she's got an update on Cognizant's numbers and the outlook.
It is the only IT company to offer both a quarterly guidance as well as an annual forecast. Gives me great pleasure to get the Cognizant management as always here in the NASDAQ studio. Great to have you guys.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
Gordon, I'm going to begin with you. The fact that you beat profits, but the fact that your revenue guidance is 17%, which many would not complain about, but many would say is at the lower end of the 17-20% band.
First of all, for 2012, we're thrilled that we delivered on our commitments. Revenue was what we expected. Earnings were great. Our employee statistics were fantastic. We added 19,000 people. Our attrition was lower than others in the industry. Employee satisfaction scores were the highest in our history. Our client satisfaction scores were the highest in 4 years. So we just hit it out of the park in 2012. When we look at 2013, we gave guidance of at least 17%, which we believe will be industry leading. So we believe we'll continue our trend of being the fastest grower of the major players in the industry. Where exactly the year will settle down, that'll really depend on what happens with discretionary spending as we go through the year. But we start with a number that we're quite comfortable with and that we believe aligns with our strategy of stable margins and industry-leading revenue growth.
Karen, many would agree that you are still the leader and you by far exceed NASSCOM forecast of 11 to 14% in terms of growth rates. But the fact that last year it was lowered from 23 to 20%, this year it's being lowered from 20 to 17%. People are saying there is a slower trend of revenue happening. Is there a change in the landscape, particularly when it comes to the European market and the United States market?
So I don't think there's a change in the landscape, and in fact we would argue that over the last several years our addressable market has doubled in size as we offer a broader range of services to our clients and operate in a broader range of geographies. I think what you are seeing is clearly some impact of the law of large numbers. We're still continuing to add well over $1 billion of revenue every year, but on a percentage basis that has ticked down as we had expected it to. And we've said that for some time, that you will see somewhat of a stabilization in terms of percentage terms over the years. But in terms of the European market, we're continue to be very bullish on the European market. It was somewhat volatile in 2012 as we had expected it to be. But we are starting to see some very good traction there, particularly in terms of clients moving towards more what we now call outsourcing engagements, or formerly known as application maintenance. Historically, the business there had been primarily on the discretionary spend side, and we had expected that as Europe began to come out of the recession and as clients looked to transform their businesses, that there would be a shift towards them doing more traditional outsourcing, and we're beginning to see that and would expect that trend to grow into 2013.
Cognizant management there, talking about their quarterly performance. Kunal,